Steve, and we're back to a new Cat Dog review. And if y'all didn't see the last one, go and check it out. And we're back with the next two episodes of Season 3 of Cat Dog. And we will start with another really interesting one. And it starts with Cat Dog getting the electric bill, which Dog ends up licking the envelope and ends up eating the stamp after Cat is giving him the stamp. And yeah, they then realize that they're starting to lose their voices. And apparently there's an epidemic going on where people are starting to slowly lose their voice and becoming colorblind as well. So yeah, everything is in black and white basically. A black and white style episode and with no talking, those silent kind of what I'm referring to. They're doing a parody of those old black and white silence kind of things, which is really cool. And of course, we don't even hear what that rabbit is wanting. And yeah, of course, they're thinking that he wants the money or they're going to get their house taken, which they don't have any money. And they're trying to do everything they can to get money. And yeah, this lady is just wanting this apple, but of course, they take it away. Like, come on, it seems like she's just needs some food. And then the Gracers come after them, and yeah, they start rolling on these apples, and we see these bank robbers, and they end up taking the wrong bag. And yeah, of course, Kat has a brilliant idea, thinking, on saving their house, but then Dog actually has a better idea, which, or, yeah, we say his idea, then this better idea, and this big reward, which then, yeah, the robbers say that they got the wrong bag, and then the police are misunderstanding. The police then start chasing CatDog, even though they're supposed to trying to return the money, and yeah, they end up crashing with the Gracers, and then they end up hitching a ride, and then having to go onto the roof, and they're getting surrounded, which then they bounce on top of this bed that's being taken and get hit with this truck, and the same with the cops and the Gracers. And then they get onto this train and trick them, and they see this lady, seems like she's getting tied to the railroad track and saving her, but apparently it was just a movie set. Yeah. And then they see the poster, and yep, those exact robbers come after them again. And then the Gracers and the police are chasing after them too on the same cart, which then they jump off into this river, and the alligator comes after them, which he goes through Cat out of Dog, and yeah, it's all gross like. And yeah, they're still being chased, and they end up in this little wooden hut. They get the money, but then the police get them, and the Gracers start baiting them, which then they're on the very pointy peak of this mountain, and they're having to stand very, very still. And of course, Dog ends up making the whole thing just roll and roll until Cat releases a piece of sweat, and it ends up, of course, that is the thing that would make it fall off the mountain. And they end up crashing after turning into a snowball, crashing into the bank, which, yeah, the police, of course, show the poster of rewarding them, which, yeah, they get their reward. And then they see that same lady just wanting some food, and they give her some money, thinking that, just trying to help someone in need. But no, she just goes into a limousine. Like, that's kind of messed up, I would say. That's kind of messed up. It's like, wow. And yeah, they're back at the house, and they can actually start talking again. And everything's not black and white. But of course, they're begging the rabbit that they'll get the money. But he's like, I just need some stuff for my hands because of a boxing tournament. And then they start shouting. And apparently, there's another epidemic where everybody is starting to, shout. Like, what? What? Like, what'd you say? That's what they're another epidemic that's going on. Yeah. funny episode. And then we go to the next episode of this review, and it's another interesting one. And it starts with Dog playing with this coconut, like I guess it's a coconut, and yeah, Cat is cleaning these bottles and telling Dog to remind him to take these to the recycling. And yeah, we see their friends that are coming because they're going to be going bowling. And yeah, of course, they end up arguing and end up crashing into this truck, which releases this crate. And yeah, they're never won a bowling tournament before, which they're hoping to win. And they see a gorilla that was in that crate, and it just comes in and starts sniffing Dog and starts jumping on the furniture. And of course, even the gorilla is begging for it to stay. And yeah, he's just trying to get the gorilla to go, but ends up just getting Cat. And yeah, their friends are even obviously saying of how, yeah, of course they can see the gorilla and trying to push the gorilla, which then the guy ends up hurting his wrist. And they say how the gorilla ends up doing this perfect strike with these bottles. And of course, Cat has a brilliant idea. And we say that Rat just end up having glued his fingers into the ball, which, yeah, that rabbit ended up gluing his fingers. And everybody is shocked to see, yeah, CatDog has a gorilla on their team and doing these tricks and end up doing a strike, which then the gorilla sees this family and he's all teared up. It's like he misses his family. And Dog realizes that he is depressed, and even Winslow is saying of how that's one depressed gorilla. And yeah, the day of the tournament, yeah, he is just all blowing his nose and stuff. Just again, he just misses his family. And even Dog is, I mean, even though Cat is like, it was your idea in the first place for him to stay. But yeah, he then draws a picture of his family, and this lady comes on of where they will be able to find its family, which they agree. Cat tells them, here's the deal. We'll help you find your family, and then you'll bowl with us in the bowling tournament. And yeah, they go to the zoo. It's not there. At this animal shelter store, it's not there. The circus, it's not there. And when it seems like all hope is lost, yeah, the gorilla's family ends up just walking, going across the road, and they end up reuniting. And he's like, we had a deal, remember? And then, yeah, the family is like bowling, and yeah, we see the bowling tournament going on and getting a strike, but then apparently the gorilla's family is bowling as well. And of course, they end up winning, not CatDog. Yeah, very funny episodes. Interesting. I like to know what y'all think. I'm going to go to the next one.